So in this week's episode we're doing some fencing, or continuing with the fencing around the new goat paddock. We're doing some concreting for our friends Pete and Diane in Orca, and we're doing some unusual unboxing, and we're doing some special shelving for Andrea in the greenhouse. Okay, so we've got a concrete post on the tractor and I've dug a hole. This is the corner of our property and we've got some concrete, so we're going to concrete that in, and Miguel is going to put the post in for us. Yay. So I can film because I haven't brought a tripod. So this is what they call a Vegas. They use for creating, as you saw me create the roof on the pig house, goat house floor. I don't know, what do you think? But I'm going to use it as a corner post. Perfect. Okay, so this post here and this big piece of granite rock, as you can see, I used a core bit, a diamond core drill, and cored out a hole and just banged this post in it, and it's really solid. So I'm really pleased with that. And with the help of Miguel, we've put the rest of these posts in here and these posts up here. There's just two posts that are a problem. This one and this one. This one here goes in about that far and then it hits granite, and this one here obviously is on top of the granite, so I'm going to have to make a bracket or something to go there. But yeah, all the posts in. Really pleased. All the way up here. This post here needs a bit of looking at as well. Again, that one goes down onto granite, so yeah. And then we got all the others in here, along here. So all I've got to do now is sort out these 2 or 3 posts and then we're done. And then I've got to string the rest of the wire all the way down, or the fencing, the malusol, tie it to the post, and then we can get the goats in there. Once I've finished, one thing leads to another. There's perfect ground here for goats, as you can see, and that'll be their house once I've finished it. Okay, bit of a problem on the next contract for the day. A while back I lent this diamond core bit to a friend of mine, and the drive to it came back looking like this. It's all smashed up and unusable. I didn't know about that until I wanted to use it now, so I'm going to have to use a lot smaller drill to do the coring for the holes on the fencing. Okay, so here goes. If you can hear me over the wind, the fighter jets with afterburners on and everything else. This is a diamond core bit. Yeah, so this is a steel tube, and these end bits are brazed on bits of tungsten carbide, probably carbide, with impregnated diamonds in it. Yeah, something like that. I'm obviously not an expert. So what we're going to attempt to do is drill a hole in here, and I'll put some music on so you can listen listen to some nice music while I make all the noise. Oh, and this is solid granite, by the way, and sticks. Okay, so there we go, post in. Yeah, loving it. I will with this one because the hole's a bit bigger. I'm going to concrete or make a grout mix up and grout it in so it's really fixed in the granite, because I drilled it in. I drilled it in the crack between the two boulders, really. So yeah, I'll have to fill that with a bit of concrete or a bit of grout in there. And just a note, the fantastic Hilti SFH14A, which is nearly 12 years old now, shouldn't be used for this. Okay guys, this is not what this 3-speed drill is designed to do, not with a core bit, but I had no other option today, and I have to get these posts in, concreted in, so they'll be hard enough for me to put the wire on in a couple of days. Yeah, don't abuse your Hilti tools quite as much as I do. So there we go, grouted in. By grout I mean what I've made is a mix of one sand, one cement, coarse sand and cement in equal measures, because there's lots of small fissures and holes that needed to fill, etc. So that's going to be a really strong mix. Yeah, hopefully that'll do. Okay, to fix the fence post problem where I've got granite, I'm welding these bits of rebar onto the posts, and then I'll drill a big hole and basically bang this bit into the hole, into the solid granite, so it should be really strong. And what I'll do, I'll weld it with my back to you. Yeah, so I'll weld it with my back to you so people that are sensitive to the light, etc., won't be affected. So some explaining. The first stake I tried to put in, the hole I tried to drill, the granite was so hard with a 20mm drill bit to start with, a bit too much for that small drill. So I'll probably have to put the generator on the back of the tractor and get the big drill out, the big Bertha as I call her. The second one I put in, the granite was a bit softer, so I drilled down. I couldn't drill down the full depth of the piece that I welded on, but I got a good 200mm, 8 inches in, and as you saw I banged it in there. It's nice and tight, not going anywhere, so that's good. So I'm running out of time now, so it'll be next week. Well, tomorrow I'll get the generator out and drill the big hole. But yeah, that's it, all good. Okay, something a bit different this morning. Andrew's filming me while I drive out to the gate, and then I can't film because I'll be driving. But I'm going to see some friends with my cement mixer, and we're going to do another concrete floor. Bit of a habit, I think.
You should be so good at them.
How many is that we've done now?
Oh, I don't know.
5, 6. 5 or 6 concrete floors. So
do our driveway because it's a bit lumpy.
Our driveway as well. So there, yeah, I'll show you some. I'll show you some footage when I get there. So here we are. Got a mixer here, and I've got mine in the van, and several people around. We've got a bit of mesh down, not exactly what I wanted, but it'll do. And we'll just pour a load of concrete on this and see how it goes. So we're nearly done now. We've made a silk purse out of the sow's ear. We're getting there. Just a little bit on this, like a ramp going in now, and we're done. So here we have the finished product. 36 wheelbarrowfuls later, probably 4 cubic meters of material and a few bags of cement, obviously, and a bit of labour involved. But for our friends Pete and Diane, I hope you like it, and you can got somewhere to park your tractor now. So here they are on their annual visit to the vets. Hang on, put the bed in there for them. Hop.
Good boys.
Hop. Get in, Queen.
Good boy.
So they're going to the vet for your injections. Gilly. So we're at the vets with the dogs and this grass seed. I think they call them foxtails or something. Foxtails. Was in Quinn's ear. So the excellent vets in Fundal vet took that out of his ear, and he was in quite a bit of pain. So there we go. Good trip to the vets to get vaccinated and de-seeded. So we've come to look at Tony's sick tractor, and I pulled the dipstick out, and there's water coming out of the dipstick hole, which probably isn't a good sign. So we've probably got a core plug broke somewhere. Yeah, we'll have to look at that. That's not good at all. Oh dear. So you probably recognise the old tractor, and Tony's having a few issues with it. So we're going to see if we can sort them out. Right, great success here. Oh, awesomely pleased. So if you see in here, there's a little plug that separates the oil that would splash around the rockers, or the tappets here, or the push rods. So this little plug has come out. Yeah, Tony said that it's probably my mistake as well, but this core plug came out because the engine froze because there was no antifreeze in it, because we don't get a frost where we are. So this, obviously the head, all the water in the head froze, and it pushed this plug out. But when he tried to start it, he had a load of water coming out of the engine overflow pipe, and the reason is that this plug the oil that was in here is going into the water and vice versa. So that's really, really good to know. Awesome.
Ready?
Yeah. So this is Tony with draining the sump, and it's just water, like we suspected. So in a minute when the water stops, we should get oil, because obviously oil floats on water, and there it is. So yeah, good job we found the issues. Easy fix. I'll get the plug on Monday, and take like 10 minutes to fit it. Job done. Okay, so the boss has said, that's you, yeah, you can hold this. Ooh. So the boss has said she wants to water her plants on a tray or something that will keep the water in instead of going all over the floor, which is a relatively good idea. Problem being, we don't have, you can't buy these, I don't know why, we can't get these anywhere.
Well,
So
and they're too small anyway, they don't actually fit, because ideally...
So you want something that you can put, you can water this, but the water stays in the bottom of it, so it'll be sat in water all the time?
Not all the time, because you're not drowning it.
Okay, right, I understand that. So what I should do is clean up the rest of this.
But we need to smack that all out.
Smack this out and get rid of it, yeah. And then I'll make you a shelf here on top of the shelf I've already made. That will be, I'll line it with something a bit like the turkey bath. Yeah, I'll line it with something that will keep the water in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also here needs doing as well.
Okay, and I'll fill the raised beds as well.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Okay, no problem.
Make it so, number one.
Right, 1980 by... Do you want to come out the width of them? 700, aren't they? 720. Okay. So for the greenhouse stuff, we're around our friend Greg and Armando's house, and we're scrounging. Look at this, we're in scrounge mode. So we found some lovely eucalyptus, bits of eucalyptus on their fire pile, and we've in the back of the van we've got a lovely pine box, which I'm going to cut down to make this shelf to keep the wife happy. But yeah, so we're scrounging well. So we got back with the sort of eucalyptus timbers, which need denailing obviously, and a big wooden pine box. So yeah, time to strip all that down and make some shelving. The problem with eucalyptus is very hard. And all this is doing is breaking the screws off. So what I've done, I've used the two eucalyptus beams that I denailed, 1, 2, yeah, as support for the shelf, and I've lowered the shelf below this edge. I've got to put some concrete in here. I've got to put some mortar in here. So I've made a dish, yeah. So what I'll do now is get some pond liner and line this like that, stick it to this wall, stick it to there, staple it to here, and then we'll have basically a waterproof shelf. So Ange wants to sit her trays, these trays, in the shelf like so. Yeah, so she wants to put her shelves like this, trays on the shelf like this, but when she waters it, she doesn't want all the water running through and dripping onto the mess that I've made on the floor below. No, dripping onto anything that might be down here, bags of compost, pots, etc, etc. So yeah, that'll keep that waterproof. So then she'll have the young seeds here, more an area here for potting up when I move all my rubbish, and this area also will be for seeds and pots and stuff. So, and then she can put the trays that we do have. I'm going to make some little shelves for her here. I'll do that right now. So here we are again. Hope I've got all the necessary equipment, and this is what was left over, some of what was left over from the pond liner, so there should be loads of it. So here goes. Shelf. Waterproof shelf approved. Finished and approved. Yeah. These shelves just for putting trays on and things, finished and approved. These shelves all put up level and a new piece put in there. Finished and approved by the boss. So she has insisted, Andrea has insisted, while she's here messing about with her, what are they?
Your favourite flower?
Marigolds. Marigold seeds.
Yeah.
She's insisted on clearing up after me, which is always the best way, because don't forget, if you got anybody working for you, if you've got a skilled man cleaning up, then don't let him do it. Pay someone cheaper to clean up after him.
You said I'm cheap.
No. No, what I'm saying is you shouldn't pay a skilled man's wages to do a non-skilled man's job. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, we're in Covilla. I'm just having a check-up, a scan or something. So, I'm just walking around the local area near the old hospital. And this chapel here behind me, got a picture coming up of what was inside. But this chapel used to contain a relic of the cross of Jesus. So that's all for this week, folks. Thanks for watching. And she's doing washing up, doing her daily chores. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and ringing that little notification bell. And we'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
Bye.